please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Good evening and thanks very much for joining us here on What's Hot. I'm Ronojoy Banerjee. Kritika Saxena joins me from the Mumbai studio. Here are the top 5 stories we are tracking this evening. Protectionism is rising and globalization is losing out. A stern warning from Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the biggest global stage as he addresses the World Economic Forum in Davos. This on a day when the United States imposed an America First tariff on solar panels.
Beware of FDI in banks. Uday Kotak rings the alarm bells after CNBC TV18 news break that government is mulling 100% FDI in private banks. Says that banks in India should not be run by global proxies. That's an exclusive.
The worst is behind us on bad loans, says SBI Chairman Rajneesh Kumar. Adds that the steel sector is improving and debt-ridden companies are finding bidders. Projects a credit growth of 9 to 10% in the year 2018.
Another milestone for the bulls as records tumble yet again. Nifty soars past 11,000 mark. Sensex surmounts 36,000. Markets have hit new records in 11 out of the 16 trading sessions so far in 2018.
Shiv Sena signals a breakup with the BJP and the NDA, announces that it will be fighting alone in the future elections, including the next Lok Sabha polls in 2019.
वसुधैव कुटुंबकम यानी पूरी दुनिया एक परिवार है। मेरी सरकार का मोटो है सबका साथ सबका विकास। भारत में डेमोक्रेसी, डेमोग्राफी और डायनेमिज्म मिलकर डेवलपमेंट को साकार कर रहे हैं। अगर आप प्रॉस्पेरिटी के साथ पीस चाहते हैं तो भारत में आए।
Well, the stage couldn't get any bigger. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today used the Davos platform to lay out and lash out at the protectionist policies that is being practiced by governments in several developed countries, including the United States of America, slamming trade barriers as worrisome. Narendra Modi also quoted Mahatma Gandhi to re-emphasize his point. Narendra Modi said that just as Gandhi never wanted the windows of his home to be closed, India today was welcoming the world with open arms. That's not all. Narendra Modi also made a strong pitch to Global Inc. to come and do business and invest in India for prosperity and peace. He, remember, is the first Indian Prime Minister to deliver the keynote address at Davos. He said that it had become much easier to invest and manufacture in India. He also said, and I quote, "We have pledged to end license Raj. We are removing red tape and laying out the red carpet." This is Prime Minister Narendra Modi becoming the first Indian Prime Minister to speak at the plenary session at the World Economic Forum.
भारत के राष्ट्रपिता पूज्य बापू महात्मा गांधी ने कहा था, मैं नहीं चाहता कि मेरे घर की दीवारें और खिड़कियां सभी तरह से बंद हो। मैं चाहता हूं कि सभी देशों की संस्कृतियों की हवा मेरे घर में पूरी स्वच्छंदता से आ सके, जा सके, लेकिन इस हवा से मेरे पैर उखड़ जाएं, यह मुझे मंजूर नहीं होगा। आज का भारत महात्मा गांधी के इसी दर्शन और चिंतन को अपनाते हुए पूरे आत्मविश्वास और निर्भीकता के साथ विश्व भर से जीवनदायिनी तरंगों का स्वागत कर रहा है। अगर आप वेल्थ के साथ वेलनेस चाहते हैं तो भारत में आइए। अगर आप हेल्थ के साथ जीवन की होलनेस यानी समग्रता चाहते हैं तो भारत में आए। अगर आप प्रॉस्पेरिटी के साथ पीस चाहते हैं तो भारत में आए।
That was Prime Minister Narendra Modi's first visit to the World Economic Forum. But meanwhile, CNBC TV18 has been getting you exclusive interviews with the captains of India Inc. from Davos. So let's get you the big exclusive interview from the banking sector. Beware of FDI in banks, says Uday Kotak, the Vice Chairman and Managing Director of Kotak Mahindra Bank. Kotak was reacting to a CNBC TV18 news break that the centre was mulling, allowing 100% FDI in the banking sector. That's not all. Uday Kotak also asserted that banks in India should not be run by global proxies. Here's that slice.
A lot of Indian jewels are now foreign-owned, and in fact, foreign savers are benefiting from these companies. You said that the policy framework, while it needs to encourage foreign direct investment, also must ensure that we have significantly strong Indian homegrown companies. What do you mean?
If we say that in the case of an Indian bank, you have majority foreign ownership, in the world where you are aware that global proxy advisors like Glass Lewis and ISS effectively have a disproportionate share how global institutions vote. Therefore, if majority ownership is, maybe even if it is widespread, the two decision makers or influencers are two global proxy advisors. Therefore, we should not fool ourselves that the decision making effectively has got much more centralized effectively in the hands of global proxy advisors, irrespective of individual holding in company.
So foreign direct investment, 100%, if at all, for the banking sector. We don't know if it's going to happen or not. You believe that that is a complete no?
You've got to divide it into two parts, okay? One is if foreign banks want to set up wholly owned Indian subsidiaries. I think that's a separate policy, and that is different, and I think that should be fine within the framework of reciprocity and everything else. But to say that we call ourselves Indian private sector banks, and then we say that, okay, 100% foreign ownership is okay, but we are Indian private sector banks, that's not on.
Well, 100% foreign ownership in Indian public sector banks is a clear no-no. That's Uday Kotak. Meanwhile, Shireen also spoke with Rajneesh Kumar, the chairman of the State Bank of India, who believes that the worst is behind us as far as the bad loans are concerned. He also says that the steel sector is seeing improvement, and debt-ridden companies are finding bidders.
So if you look at from the sector specific, then consumer loans are growing at a very good pace, and there has not been any slowdown. The corporate credit is still, the growth continues to be muted, and which it will remain for some time, because as we press that the corporates have to deleverage, that is one. Second is the sectors where there is overcapacity, then the people would not like to invest. But the investment will definitely be the sector-specific investment. One big turnaround story which I am seeing is around the steel sector, where everybody is bullish. And 1.5 years ago, there was a lot of gloom and doom around the steel sector.
Okay, so steel, you're seeing a recovery. Yeah.
And that is evidenced by the fact also that in all the steel sector references to NCLT, there is a lot of interest amongst the investors, both domestic and overseas. So this is a sign of the things to come. And the steel sector is one sector which is one of the core sectors, and which indicates shape of the things to come. If a steel sector people are bullish, it means that they are bullish about the overall economic recovery.
What's the outlook as far as rates are concerned now? Do you expect a pause now, given where inflation is for some time, or what is the outlook?
Going forward, and given the outlook for the inflation and the growth in the economy, I don't foresee that there will be any major change as far as the repo rate is concerned.
And NPAs, do you believe that the worst is behind us now, and what can we expect now?
So I would say that worst is behind the banking system, because the fresh accretion to NPAs that has tapered down, and as the resolution starts happening, then the gross NPA as well as the net NPA number should start coming.
Two of the biggest banks in the country, Kotak Mahindra Bank and SBI, right here on CNBC TV18. We'll take a very quick break, but on the other side, it's another milestone for the bulls as records tumble yet again. All the market action on the other side. Stay right there.
Welcome back onto all the markets action of the day. And what a day it was. It was a historic day on Dalal Street. The Sensex today hit 36,000 points for the first time ever, while the Nifty too surmounted the 11,000 peak. The Bank Nifty also rallied in trade, rising about 1.3% in trade. So really an important day for the markets today. To understand and decode all the action, Anuj Singhal, like always, joins in. So Anuj, one can say that the bulls were on a breathless gallop today.
Well, phenomenal day for the market. The Sensex up 350 points, the Nifty up 117 points, and the Bank Nifty up about 350 points. So, looked quite strong. In fact, there was across the board buying today. PSU banks, of course, led the market rally. The cash market volumes, there was massive surge in that. Liquidity, of course, has been chasing stocks. That's clearly visible, the way some of these stocks have been running up. And the move from 35K to 36K has really been one of the fastest that we have seen. What was gaining today? 3 or 4 pockets. Banks led by ICICI and the PSU banks like SBI, PNB. Metals, stocks like Vedanta, Hindalco and Tata Steel. And of course, IT, Infosys and Tech Mahindra were higher. In the F&O space, you had some big gainers as well like Jindal Steel, Biocon and Havels. What next? Well, 2 days left for expiry. Currently, clearly, India is in a melt-up phase. You normally make a lot of money in melt-up as long as you get out in time. The experts are advising that you should have maybe some cash levels at these levels because the markets have run up a lot. Not saying that it needs to crash or correct big time, but just in case there's one bit of step back, if it happens, for now, bulls in complete and total control of this market.
Okay, Anuj, bulls are in complete control of the market. Thanks for joining in with that. Here's an important voice on market outlook. There's no bubble in the market right now, but the risk still looms. That's the word from Uday Kotak, the MD of Kotak Mahindra Bank, speaking to Shireen on the sidelines of the World Economic Forum in Davos. He goes on to say that the Dalal Street risks a bubble only if money goes into poorly governed stock.
Today, the Sensex is 36,000. So, you know, the market continues to rally irrespective of concerns on valuations and so on and so forth. What is getting you worried at this point in time?
First of all, money makes the world go round. So whether it's global money, which is seeming to be opening the new year with a bang, so we're seeing a positive sign on that. Combine that with the fact that for the first time, many first-time investors have come into mutual funds in hordes. At a time when, thanks to demonetization and GST, we have seen money move away from real savings in terms of real estate and gold into financial savings. So these are newcomers. They are putting money into funds and unit-linked policies and stuff like that. They have not experienced any volatility because they have no history.
So are we in the midst of a bubble in that space?
I don't think we are in the midst of a bubble. What I have said is that we risk a bubble if continuing large amounts of money which on a broad funnel come into a small pipe of a few hundred stocks, and particularly in small and mid cap, where we also have questions about the levels of governance.
All right, let's get you up to speed with all the big political developments of the day. The Shiv Sena, BJP's oldest ally, has now decided to fight the upcoming Lok Sabha and Maharashtra Assembly polls solo. The party took this decision during its national executive meet, which was held in Mumbai. So this effectively brings down and draws the curtains on the 28-year-old alliance between Shiv Sena and the BJP. Though remember, both the parties had fought the 2014 assembly elections in Maharashtra separately. They managed to reach a post-poll understanding. The Sena meet today also saw Yuva Sena President Aditya Thackeray being elevated to the top rung of the party leadership. He was inducted into the party's national executive.
And on to the ongoing Padmavat drama. The Supreme Court today reiterated its earlier stance on Padmavat. It made it clear to the Madhya Pradesh state and Rajasthan government that the film will not be banned in their states. Remember, these two states moved the apex court yesterday, asking the court to reconsider their decision, citing law and order situation. But the court today dismissed their plea and instead ordered them to take adequate measures to maintain law and order when the film releases later this week.
All right, with that, we've got to wrap up this edition of What's Hot. Many thanks for watching, but stay tuned to CNBC TV18 because up next, the bulls continue their party for the second day in a row. The Nifty hit a record high, closed above 11,000 for the first time, and the bulls charge ahead is up next. Kritika and I will be back at 9 o'clock to take the action forward with India Business Hour. Goodbye.